Canada and the European Union made a very important agreement. They signed a big deal about security and defense. This happened in the city of Brussels in June 2025. Important leaders met to sign the paper. The Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, was there. Two important leaders from the European Union also signed it. Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, and Antonio Costa, the President of the European Council. They called this agreement a historic step forward. They said it would make Canada's place in Europe's defense plans stronger. People think this deal is very important because the world is tense now. There are doubts about some old friendships between countries. Because of this, friends in Canada and Europe decided to work more closely on military and security matters. This new deal is the first like it between the European Union and any country in North or South America. This shows how significant it is. The leaders used strong words to describe the deal. Ms. von der Leyen said Canada could now join Europe's plan to buy arms together. Mr. Costa said that while NATO is still very important, this partnership will help them be ready faster and better. Prime Minister Carney called it a new, ambitious, and comprehensive partnership. He said it is a response to a world that is more dangerous and divided. He explained that Canada wants more different partners. By working more together on defense, trade, and business, they hope to create more prosperity, security, and stability on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. This deal covers many parts of security. It talks about buying military equipment together. It also includes working on keeping computers safe from attacks, which is called cybersecurity. They will work together on security at sea and moving soldiers and equipment between countries. They will also hold meetings every year to manage their work and discuss their plans. This agreement is a big promise for a strong new partnership between Canada and Europe in a challenging world. It sets the scene for future cooperation and a new kind of alliance in times of global tension. 2. A new friend. Canada looked across the ocean to Europe for a new kind of help. There were clear reasons why Canada wanted this big deal. One important reason was about Canada's neighbors. Relations with its big neighbor to the south were not always easy these days. Sometimes things were said that made Canada feel its relationship needed change. Canada felt it depended too much on this one country for its safety and defense. This did not seem like the best path for the future. Canada wanted to be more independent in how it protected itself and acted on the world stage. Another strong reason for Canada was its military equipment. Canada needed to update its Army, Navy, and Air Force. Many ships, planes, and other important things were getting quite old. Canada needed modern military tools to be ready for any challenges in a changing world. For a long time, Canada mostly bought military items from its southern neighbor. But Europe has many good companies that make advanced and high-quality defense equipment. This deal could open up new chances for Canada to buy modern technology from Europe. This would help Canada make its military stronger and more up-to-date. By buying from different countries, Canada is not depending too much on just one place. This makes Canada's defense stronger and gives it more choices. This deal helped Canada work towards that goal. On the other hand, Europe also had clear motivations for wanting this partnership with Canada. The world situation was difficult and sometimes dangerous. Europe needed to improve its own ability to defend itself. Europe had made big plans to spend much more money on defense in the coming years. To do this effectively, Europe needed reliable partners. It needed countries that shared its basic ideas about how the world should be and how to keep peace and safety. Canada was a very good country for Europe to partner with. Canada and European countries often work together in international groups, like NATO. They believe in the same important things, like democracy, human rights, and international law. This new deal helps Europe find a trusted friend across the Atlantic Ocean, a friend connected by history and shared beliefs. Canada can work closely with Europe's armed forces. Canada buying equipment from Europe helps Europe's defense companies grow and get stronger. In a challenging world, having trusted friends like Canada helps Europe feel more secure and better prepared for difficulties. It was a deal that offered benefits and a strong new partner to both Canada and Europe. 3. What is in the deal? The new security deal between Canada and the European Union includes several key parts. It is a plan for them to work together more closely on security and defense matters. One of the most important parts is about how Canada can get military equipment. Europe has a big program to help its countries buy defense equipment together. This program is called the Security Action for Europe (SAFE) program, and it is part of a larger plan called Rearm Europe. The deal says Canada will start talks about joining this SAFE program. This is a very big change. It means Canada can have access to Europe's system for buying weapons and military technology. Before this deal, Canada bought most of its military equipment from the United States. Now, Canada can look to European suppliers for new fighter jets, naval ships, or other needed items. This could mean a change in where Canada spends billions of dollars on defense. It also means companies in Canada and Europe could work together on making new defense technologies. The goal is to get the needed military capabilities more quickly and effectively by working together. Another main part of the agreement covers cooperation in different security areas. Canada and Europe will work together on problems in the digital world, like stopping cyber attacks. This is cybersecurity cooperation. They will also cooperate to protect the seas. This is maritime security. The deal also wants to make it easier for military forces from Canada and Europe to work together. This means improving how their equipment works with each other, interoperability, and making it simpler to move soldiers and supplies across the Atlantic Ocean. They plan to look at joint naval exercises and secure ways to transport things, like through PESCO military mobility initiatives. They will also share ideas on new technologies needed for defense, including in space. To make sure this big partnership works well, Canada and Europe will talk regularly. There will be a special meeting every year focused on security and defense. Important officials from both sides will meet to see how the deal is going and what steps need to be taken. These annual talks are important to guide the cooperation and deal with any problems that come up. There will also be smaller groups working on specific topics like counterterrorism or cyber threats. The agreement also goes beyond just military matters. It includes working together on trade, building on the existing CETA free trade deal. They will also cooperate on getting important materials needed for technology and on developing clean energy and digital infrastructure. These parts show that the partnership is wide and covers more than just military matters. It is called a strategic partnership of the future. The deal is seen as a first step. It is a way for Canada to join Europe's defense plans. It helps Canada and Europe to share knowledge, buy equipment together, and deal with security challenges side by side. This agreement lays the foundation for much closer ties between Canada and Europe in the years to come. It helps them become stronger partners in a world that is changing. 4. Money and jobs. This new deal between Canada and the European Union is also very important for money and jobs. It is expected to bring significant economic benefits to both sides. For a long time, Canada has bought most of its military equipment from one country, the United States. In fact, a very large part of Canada's spending on its military equipment has gone to American companies. Prime Minister Mark Carney has clearly stated that Canada needs to buy military goods from different countries to be more independent. This new deal makes it possible for Canada to buy more military equipment from countries in Europe. This could mean Canada buys European-made ships, airplanes, or other important defense items instead of always buying from the U.S. Experts think this change could mean billions of dollars spent with European suppliers over the next few years. This shift helps European defense companies by giving them new customers and more business. The deal is also very good for Canadian businesses. Canada is planning to join a program in the European Union called SAFE. This program helps European countries buy military equipment together. When Canada joins SAFE, companies in Canada will get many new chances. They can bid for large contracts and work on big projects with European companies. This could involve building ships together, developing new aircraft parts, or working on advanced cybersecurity systems. Businesses in Canada that work in areas like shipbuilding, aerospace, and cybersecurity can find new work and partners in Europe, helping them grow a lot. This type of cooperation between Canadian and European defense companies is expected to create many new jobs for people in both Canada and the European Union. It helps defense industries grow and become stronger and more innovative. Companies can share ideas and costs, making it easier to develop new technologies and products. This could even help transform Canada's own defense industry, making it bigger and more able to build equipment. This partnership builds on the strong economic ties Canada and the EU already have. They share a large trade agreement called CETA, which has helped trade grow significantly. The new security deal adds another important area for close work, the defense industry. It is expected to create more business and jobs, connecting their economies more deeply, especially in defense and related areas. This means more chances for companies and workers on both sides of the Atlantic. It is a big step to make the economies stronger together. 5. A changing world. The world is changing quickly, becoming more dangerous and divided. There are new problems and tensions between countries now. Canada and Europe see the world in a similar way and face many of the same security challenges. One big challenge is Russia. Its actions, including the war in Ukraine, worry many countries in Europe and North America. There is also instability in other parts of the world. This New Deal helps Canada and Europe work together better to face these kinds of challenges and build stronger security. Also, the relationship between Canada and the United States has had difficult times recently. There have been doubts about how reliable the United States will be as a security partner for its old friends. The United States has sometimes acted in ways that surprise its allies. Canada has thought about how much it relies on the United States for its military needs and equipment. Prime Minister Mark Carney said Canada needs to reduce its security dependence on the United States. This new deal with the European Union helps Canada do this. It gives Canada another strong group of friends to work with on security issues. It helps Canada find new ways to get military equipment and technology. This partnership is not a replacement for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, called NATO. NATO is still the most important group for the defense of North America and Europe. Canada is a strong member of NATO. Most countries in the European Union are also members of NATO. This deal works alongside NATO. It helps Canada and the EU buy military equipment together and train together. This makes them stronger and helps all of NATO. It is like building more bridges between friends in North America and Europe to face common problems. This agreement is important because it shows a change in global relationships. Canada is making its security links with Europe much deeper than before. It is more than just trade anymore. This partnership means Canada will be more involved in Europe's defense plans and projects. This is a big step for Canada. It shows that in this changing world, Canada wants to have strong friends in more places. It signals a shift in how Canada acts on the world stage. It is one of the most significant changes in how Canada works with other countries in a long time. It shows that old alliances are adapting as countries face new global problems and different approaches from big powers. This deal helps Canada act more as an independent power on the world stage, working closely with Europe. 6. Not so fast. The new security deal between Canada and Europe is important, but making it work fully will take time. It is not a simple thing that happens in one day. First, turning the plans into real action needs many more agreements. For example, Canada wants to join Europe's program to buy military equipment together. But this means Canada must talk more with Europe. They need to agree on how Canada can join and how they will buy things together. Every time they want to buy something, like a new ship or plane, they will need specific talks and plans. This process can be slow. It is like building something big. You need many small steps after the first big step. Making words on paper become real military cooperation takes a long time. Also, some people in Canada have questions and concerns. They are critics of the deal. They ask about the cost. Is this deal too expensive for Canada? They think Canada should maybe focus more on fixing its own military first, before making big deals with other countries. Canada's military equipment is old, and some say money should be spent there first. Critics also worry about the focus. Is this the best way for Canada to improve its security? They think making the deal work could be complicated and difficult. It is a new way of working for Canada, and new things can have problems. So while the deal is signed, the road ahead is long. It needs more talks, more agreements, and more work. It is not going to be fast or easy to make everything happen as planned. There are challenges and different ideas about the best path forward for Canada. 7. What happens next? After the big deal was signed, people look to the future. What happens next is important. The first step is for Canada to talk more with Europe. These talks are about Canada joining Europe's plan to buy military things together. This program is called SAFE. Joining SAFE means Canada can buy equipment from European companies. Canada must also make choices about its military. Canada needs new equipment. The deal with Europe opens a new way. Canada can think about buying ships, planes, and other items from Europe. These decisions will show how Canada uses this new partnership. Buying from Europe could mean buying less from the United States. Experts think this deal can change Canada's military. It can help Canada get modern technology. It can help Canada's soldiers work better with European soldiers. Working together is important. This agreement means something bigger for Canada. It shows Canada's plan for its place in the world. Working closely with Europe, Canada wants strong friends. This could change how Canada acts on the global stage. It is a new way for Canada to be part of global security. Leaders believe this partnership is a big step. They hope it will help make everyone safer. Canada and Europe think in similar ways. This deal helps face future problems together. They see this as the start of a close relationship. This is not just about the military. It is also about technology and other things. For the deal to work fully, more steps are needed. The talks to join SAFE must go well. Canada must decide what military things to buy from Europe. In Canada, government and business people will look closely. But the main idea is clear. Canada and Europe want to build a future where they protect each other more closely. It could be a new time for Canada's relationship with countries across the ocean. Many people see it as a very important change for Canada's defense and its role in the world. 8. A big step for Canada. This security agreement between Canada and the European Union is very important. It is a new plan for Canada and Europe to work together on defense and safety. This partnership is a big step for Canada. It shows that Canada wants to build stronger ties with countries in Europe. This is happening at a time when the world is changing and countries need good partners to face new problems together. The deal means Canada will work more closely with Europe on defense and security. This is a change in how Canada has worked before, where it relied mostly on one country for defense needs. By working with Europe, Canada is finding more friends and partners around the world. This agreement helps Canada get new defense tools and work together with European armies. It starts a new time for Canada and Europe working together across the Atlantic. It is one of the biggest changes Canada has made in its plans for other countries for many years. It is a bold move for Canada's place in the world. Overall, this agreement is more than just a military deal. It is a signal that Canada is making a big change in its foreign policy. It shows Canada is ready to work closely with Europe to build a safer future. What are your thoughts on Canada building a closer security relationship with Europe instead of relying mainly on the US?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.